I've never been to Asia before, let alone Vietnam, and it's all new to me. I was expecting something different, and this is something amazing.
Oh, wonderful. What a great time. It's lovely. It's I've never been to Vietnam before, and it's a very lovely place.
Yeah. I love it. It's free and friendly, and there is bonhomie and vibrancy, energy all over the place. I like being a part of that.
Historically, I've had links with a number of other institutions in other countries in Southeast Asia, but not in Vietnam. It's always useful to know the business community in any particular country before you go into it.
The UK researchers should be very grateful for the British Council in initiating this experience, because I think that they've made connections here that are going to last a long time.
I thought it was a very helpful exchange. I hope it was useful for the researchers who are here, because what they need most, I think, is to see how their careers can pan out over the next few years.
Hunger comes across, and that interest comes across really strongly.
Tôi đánh giá rất cao cái sáng kiến hội đồng Anh kết nối các nhà khoa học Việt Nam với các nhà khoa học Anh, chia sẻ những cái kinh nghiệm hoạt động đổi mới sáng tạo của Anh đối với Việt Nam. Đây là một điều mà Việt Nam chúng tôi đang rất là mong muốn trong cái việc mà củng cố và nâng cao cái hiệu quả của hệ thống đổi mới sáng tạo quốc gia.
It's great because I don't think there are that many things of this type open to people of our level.
This workshop permit more young Vietnam scientists to express in Vietnam in English language different opinion of young science is very good for development of science, biotechnology in Vietnam.
The fun thing was at the coffee break, I could see little huddles of groups of people who were in deep discussions. So deep through the discussions, it was quite difficult to get them back in the formal meeting.
Very nice mix of Vietnamese and UK people, and people are really integrating and talking with people across cultures and across research interests.
There's a massive scope for potential collaborations, and I'd like to see that in the future.
Early career researchers now, I think, there's more of them than there used to be in my day. So actually there's much more competition for the positions.
As young researcher, we have very good motivation. However, we have not so many experience to get fund from the foundation and from the company or from government.
At the moment, there are so many students coming through with PhDs, which is fantastic, that many of them haven't yet decided quite what their final career path will be. They are still finding their path, and they could do that for a very long time. And I think that's one of the big challenges.
So many young researchers are very active and willing to work in a collaborative environment. I think they need an experience as well as their scientific record in order to have a sustainable collaboration.
The first thing is you have to make a plan. Find exactly who you want to work with and target them. Ask colleagues. Ask open questions. Go and see a colleague you trust and say, how did you make that collaboration?
Is actually to work with our early career researchers to support those that can go on and be excellent scientists, and recognise that there are really important roles that other scientists might go into in terms of science communication, for example, and maybe working in the pharmaceutical industry. So there's a range of areas that early career researchers might go into, but perhaps we're not giving them as much in terms of career advice as we could do.
Want to apply to projects, but your name's unknown, and you don't have so many social relationship with maybe government or staffs, you know. So it's not easy to get that kind of project.
It's really difficult to get the funded project from ministry or from the government. The funding resources from ministry normally very low, but normally we are asked to have the product at the end or the prototype. The project normally will be taken in short time, so that's really difficult. We have to turn around and try to work with industry, but unluckily, most industry in Vietnam do not have R&D.
There's got to be a bridge built between the university and the research community and the companies, and those bridges start by people working together and reaching inside the Vietnamese companies, finding out what their current problems are and helping to address those. And then on top of that relationship, later on, there can be a research project to develop a new technology.
Each institution in Vietnam, normally we do not have enough equipment for research. And the cost from the project, that if we get funded, also very low. It's not enough to buy equipment.
We're all here for the past week, and it's been really useful, it's been really enjoyable, but the important thing is, what do we do next?
Currently, mainly the visiting scholar and professor, doctor from the UK institution, but we do not see any like the organization or the agencies from UK, the industry from UK that get involved into this research-drilling project.
After this conference, this event, so British Council already know about the capacity, the abilities of Vietnamese scientists. So British Council should make a report to both the government, UK government and Vietnamese government, so that UK government and Vietnamese government should provide some policy to provide budget for young researchers.
We also need British Council in gathering us together. So how to write a research project together, and in which topic that had high priorities in both sides, in Vietnam and in UK, and how to attract the right people for the right project, because normally what we want to do here in Vietnam is not necessarily essential for UK side. And vice versa.
In the end, we have to make concrete decisions to drive this forward. For example, joint grant applications, researcher exchanges, coming over to delivering short courses, staff exchanges, joint publications, getting onto technical program committees of conferences, getting involved in associate editorships. All these things, they can be helped with international collaboration.